Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate, presented by the Cisneros Realty Group at Keller Williams, servicing the New Hampshire Lakes and White Mountains regions. Today's show is sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suozzo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Time to join our host and Let's Talk Real Estate on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio, Lakes Region.
Good Saturday morning. My name is Karina Cisneros, Realtor with Keller Williams Lakes and Mountain Realty in Meredith, New Hampshire. Our show focuses on all aspects of real estate, and in the next 30 minutes, we'll give you important information that will help you with either buying or selling your home. Today, I am joined by a good friend and expert on mold, Danna Belletete. Danna is one of a kind. He owns a company called A1 Mold Pro. And as you can guess, this segment is about mold. Danna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Karina.
All right. So as a realtor, whenever we're doing a home inspection, what strikes probably more terror than anything is mold. Why? And should we be afraid of mold?
Well, mold is everywhere, and of course there's a lot of scary stuff on TV and on the internet about mold, but in most cases it's a pretty minor issue that can be cleaned up. Without a proper inspection, however, it's impossible to determine whether you have a minor issue or a major issue, and it can be costly. If you have a whole wall, an attic, a basement, those costs can get up there pretty quickly.
Okay, and I think that's part of the reason why we're terrified of mold, and part of the reason why we want to have good insurance for mold. Now, what is the difference between mold and mildew?
Well, they're all mold. The housewife term for mold is mildew, and it's normally a flat surface growing species of mold that's pretty easy to clean up off surfaces like fiberglass tubs and glass and mirrors and painted surfaces.
Okay. And how do you know you have a mold problem?
Well, you can see it or you can smell it.
What does it smell like?
Everyone knows that dank, musty type odor of a wet tent or a wet dog or a wet horse. That type of smell is usually some type of fungus growing. Okay.
We've heard of the famous or terrifying black mold. What is black mold and what is not black mold?
Well, there's about 99,000 known species of black mold. Out of those, only about 7 are toxic.
Wow.
However, a lot of them are allergenic, so a lot of people might be allergic to mold and think it's toxic mold causing issues. It may be the mold causing the issue, but it may not be toxic in most cases.
Thanks for listening this morning. This is Let's Talk Real Estate on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio, Lakes Region. Danna, so we do the home inspection, or the seller wants to put the home on the market. They know they have a mold problem, and then decide to kind of camouflage it by painting over it. Does that work?
No, painting over the mold is only going to hide the issue. In most cases, rolling it or spraying is going to blow the mold spore everywhere else in the house and probably distribute it even further. Any place that's damp, it's going to grow there. And it's also sandwiching that moisture into the walls or ceiling wherever the mold is, and it's causing it to decay the structure even faster.
All right, I'm getting scared or more. All right, next question. Do over-the-counter mold remedies work, and what are they?
No, there's a whole plethora of items you can purchase at the big box stores and Walmart and everything else, but 99% of them contain bleach or acid or both, and none of those actually kill mold. All it does is turn it clear for a short period of time.
What kills mold?
Actually, you need to use serious chemistries such as quaternary ammonias and or EPA-approved fungicides.
And that's why when you have mold, you have to call in the experts.
Correct. You're not going to be able to buy what I use over the counter, and you're not going to get the results you want.
Okay, another question I always get is, can I test for mold myself?
Yeah, there's all kinds of cheap mold test kits you can buy. However, all they're going to tell you is you have mold. And if you're testing for mold, you already know you have mold. So they're really a waste of money. They're not going to tell you your colony forming unit count and your effects on human health that a real air quality test is going to tell you.
And what are the most common areas where you find mold?
Oh, most people see some amount of mold in their bathrooms. Left and right lower tub and shower areas are the most common for decay. Around and back of toilets, if you have well water, you're going to get condensation mold there. And typically your attics and your basements, if they're not properly ventilated, are going to have some type of mold, especially in New England. You got a lot of damp basements.
It's time to take a break and hear from our sponsors. And remember, the video and podcast of all of our shows are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. Thank you for listening this morning. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Real Estate after this on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio Lakes Region.
Buying and selling real estate is hard, but it doesn't have to be when you partner with an agent that has a proven track record of success. The Cisneros Realty Group at Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains Realty in Meredith helps you fulfill your homeownership dreams through a caring and trusting relationship. They provide exceptional service and advocate for your best interests. The Cisneros Realty Group is your trusted real estate advisor, creating a long-standing relationship now and in the future.
Hi, this is Karina Cisneros from Keller Williams Lakes and Mountain Realty in Meredith. For many years, clients have been putting their trust in me and my full service team. We dedicate ourselves to getting you the most for your home. Remember my name, Karina, like the song, Karina, Karina.
Turbocharge the sale of your home with the professionals at the Cisneros Realty Group, part of Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains, 66 Route 25, Meredith, New Hampshire. Experience and integrity you can trust. The Cisneros Realty Group, online at nhlakeshomes.com.
Put your trust in Blue Water Mortgage when you purchase your new home. Jonathan Ferrante works hard for you with premium service and integrity. Jonathan provides competitive rates and great loan programs to fit your needs. Purchasing, renovating, or refinancing, Jonathan can expertly guide you through the maze of options to find you the right mortgage for you. Blue Water Mortgage, your dedicated mortgage broker. NMLS number 1291. Jonathan Ferrante, NMLS number 1694126. Contact Jonathan directly at 813-267-4369.
This is Let's Talk Real Estate with Karina Cisneros on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio Lakes Region. Once again, here's Karina.
And we're back. This is Karina Cisneros. I'm here with Danna Belletete, expert mold guru. With me on the table here is his 3 million candle power spotlight and FLIR gun. Why do you need this?
Well, the flashlight is super bright, so I don't miss anything, especially in dark crawl spaces and attics. And the infrared allows me to look behind walls and ceilings and through tub walls, etc., basically showing me any place that might be damp, which in turn usually indicates mold growth. That's hidden mold growth.
Here, Danna has given me a list of common health symptoms caused by mold. There are about 35 known symptoms for toxic exposure. For example, chronic sinus infections, chronic fatigue, sudden onset asthma, headaches, dizziness, sensitivity to light, muscle cramps, joint pain, mood changes, and so on. For toxic mold, unfortunately, there can be pregnancy issues, including miscarriages, cancer, COPD, pulmonary emphysema, and so on. Wow, this is really pretty heavy duty, scary. So one of the things that, because Danna has done work for me as a realtor, he's helped my buyers identify mold problems and how to correct mold problems. And one of the things that sets him apart is that he will guarantee his work. So what's that about?
Yeah, in most cases, people that fix mold are covering it up, not actually cleaning it up. So we physically go in, find out what the issues are causing it. We fix the causation first, then we clean up the mold. And in that case, any wood I've treated, I guarantee for life, no mold regrowth. I have a specialized chemical process that has been proven for 16 years straight now.
Okay, what are some of the other things, Dana, besides mold that you do as a service or that you encounter that you can help home buyers or sellers?
Well, as a service, I do mold inspections. So if you've hired a home inspector, even if he's well certified and very good at what he does, he's not trained to inspect for mold, especially hidden mold issues and hidden water issues. And that's why you would want me to come in prior to you spending a lot of money on a new house or a new apartment. If you suspect mold, you smell mold, you probably should have it inspected.
Do you do other services like energy audits, for example?
Yeah, using the infrared, we can also do an energy audit and show you where you have insulation issues. Your insulation could be missing. It could be damaged from rodent damage in your attic, for instance. A lot of time, rodent damage or insect damage will remove it from your walls. And the infrared will show that up. So as I'm inspecting for mold, I can also inspect for energy loss.
Okay, well, I'm just very thankful that you came to the show today, Dana. You can reach Dana at a1moldpro.com. His number is 603-661-6311. Or his website, Dana, D-A-N-A, Bell, B-E-L-L-E, T as in Tom, E, T as in Tom, E. So if you got mold or think you got mold, you got the guy who you're going to call. It's time to take a break and hear from our sponsors. And remember, the video and podcast of all of our shows are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. Thank you for listening this morning. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Real Estate after this on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio, Lakes Region.
When you purchase or refinance your home, you have a choice in who takes care of your title, deed work, and the closing. Summit Title has earned a reputation for accuracy, dependability, timeliness, and flexibility. They work with you on your timetable to ensure a smooth closing regardless of the complexities that may be involved. When your loan officer or real estate professional asks you who you want to use for your closing, tell them you want Summit Title. You have a choice. Learn more at stscorp.com. Summit Title Services, your closing resource in New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. This will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact Derry Allstate agent Joe Suozzo today for a free personalized insurance proposal. Allstate, are you in good hands? Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
This is Let's Talk Real Estate with Karina Cisneros on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio, Lakes Region. Once again, here's Karina.
Welcome back. This is Karina Cisneros, and in the studio with me now is Dana Gunnerson, Senior Account Specialist at Joseph Suozzo Insurance Company out of Derry, New Hampshire. They do, of course, home, auto, power sports, and boat. Well, Dana, you just heard the previous segment with Dana Belletete. We talked about mold, and I'm sure most home buyers and owners want to be covered in case that happens to them. Tell us a little about how you do that.
Mold is very tricky. You need to make sure you know what's on your policy before you call in something like that. Most policies come with about $10,000 built in. You can always purchase a little bit more. Talk to your agent about that too. But what needs to be clear is it has to be sudden and accidental. So mold kind of happens over time. So you're looking at certain aspects that are going to be covered, certain perils or losses. So maybe your roof, there's a ice dam on your roof, and the water comes in and creates mold. That's going to be a covered loss.
So let's say one of my buyers buys a home, they do an inspection, there's no mold, but mold shows up 6 months later. if that mold was actually there but nobody knew it was there, do you still cover it?
It would not be covered because that would be something that was there before the insurance policy was in effect.
Oh my God. So you want to make sure, if you're a buyer, that the house is clear and clean of mold.
That's why you would definitely call A1. Make sure it's all set ahead of time.
All right. Okay, we've talked enough of mold, Dana. Tell us what you offer homeowners in terms of coverage and how you are different from other insurance companies when you deal with buyers.
Well, the nice part about Allstate is you get, a trusted advisor that's going to sit down, go over all the coverages with you, and really make sure that the insurance portion of the home buying process is not the stressful part of it. We want to make sure we do it from start to finish. We will contact your mortgage broker. We will make sure the binder gets over there. You don't have to do any of it. Answer a few questions about the property. We'll usually pull the tax card, make sure it's insured properly, and also go over, exactly what you need coverage for. Do you have a lot of jewelry? Does that need to go on your policy? Can we bundle it to save you money on your auto and home? We get a great 35% discount off of your home insurance just for having your auto insurance with us.
Okay, that's bundling, right? So what are the typical big ticket item claims that you see for homes?
I would say fire, a lot of ice dams. That's a big one for us.
Flooding?
Theft. Flooding is not covered by home insurance. It's always covered by flood insurance.
Now, when I meant by flooding, I meant like pipes breaking.
Pipes breaking, that is a definite covered loss that we deal with all the time.
Okay, what don't you cover?
Anything that's not sudden and accidental. So if it's happened over time, or if it's a maintenance issue, or if your roof shingles just need to be replaced, that's not something that we're going to cover. It's got to be something that's sudden and accidental.
Okay, thanks for listening this morning. This is Let's Talk Real Estate on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio Lakes Region. Okay, Dana, so what is your best advice for getting the best insurance buyers can get?
I would say make sure to not just look at, what you are covering the home for as far as the dwelling, but also look at the liability. Make sure you have enough to cover your assets in the event of a liability loss, which is probably one of the biggest concerns that we have.
So let's talk about that. When you say liability, can you explain that a little bit more?
So if you're in a car and you hit and injure somebody, or if you have somebody over your house, your dog bites them or they slip and fall, you want to make sure that your liability limit is higher than what you have for assets. So it's higher than your net worth.
Really?
That is correct.
So if somebody's net worth is $200,000, they should have more coverage.
That's correct. A lot of companies just sell you the standard $300,000 on a home policy, or $100,000 per person, $300,000 per accident on an auto policy. If you seriously hit and injure somebody and they sue you, and the judgment comes in for $300,000 and you have it, you're going to be on the hook for that $200,000. You need somebody to talk you through it and make sure that you're not exposed.
Okay, well, Dana, thank you so much for being on the show. If you want to contact Dana, you can reach her at 603-630-9754. Dana is Senior Account Specialist with the Joseph Suozzo office in Derry, New Hampshire. And she's a trusted service provider of the Cisneros Realty Group. Thank you, Dana. And would you come back if we need you again?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. And we're back. This is Karina Cisneros with Let's Talk Real Estate. In the studio, a very special guest and friend, Karen Mitchell. She is the president of Winnaero, based in Laconia, New Hampshire. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Karina. It is great to be here, and I'm so glad that you've invited an aerospace education group to share some airtime with you on your Let's Talk Real Estate.
Yes, I am very specially touched because, as most of you know, I am a private pilot. I've been one for about 25 years, and Karen is a student pilot,
Yes.
about to get her license very soon.
Yes.
So we share this passion, and this is why we're not talking about mold anymore or insurance. Let's talk about Winnaero and their mission and the kids and why it's so important for us to listen to her story. Okay, tell us.
Well, Winnaero was founded 9 years ago to promote interest in aerospace education and STEM. Do you know what STEM is?
Tell us.
STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. And so Winnaero has lots of different ways that we accomplish our goal of getting kids exposed to STEM careers and STEM ideas, but we use aviation.
Aviation.
Yes.
Does that mean the kids get to fly in a plane if they do something with you guys?
They sure do. So Winnaero is, we do a lot of different things throughout the year. The first most important and soon to be coming up event is May 18th. It's a Saturday. Let's pray for some good weather. And we are going to have an event called Wings, Water, Wheels. So it's like Touch a Truck, but there'll be airplanes and boats and maybe even some other vehicles that we couldn't even mention on the air right now because we have to confirm them.
Well, I am extremely excited about that. I will be having my aircraft at the show. And for you kids who want to climb on board and check out those instruments, I look forward to meeting you and your parents when you come on May 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., correct?
That's right. And where would we put an event like this?
At the Laconia Airport.
Laconia Airport, yes. So if you've ever been shopping at Guilford Plaza or any of those kinds of places, you've noticed some low-flying aircraft, but that's a very good reason because they're taking off and landing from a very popular airport that has some great services.
Yeah, we hope that when you see a low-flying aircraft, it's because they're landing in an airport.
Yes.
We hope that always, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and even if you weren't, what would you do as a pilot? You'd have to rely on your training, right?
That's right.
Yes. So how do we get pilots? We have to teach them.
That's right.
And so for kids who start off with a little bit of aviation interest, there are so many careers that are open to them.
For example.
For example, you could be a pilot. You could be an air traffic controller.
Wow. Yeah.
Very important.
Yep.
You could also be a mechanic.
Yep.
You don't ever have to leave the ground and you get to dictate your hours and your pay rate.
Wow.
For a very, very important job, keeping the
is.
airplane safe.
Absolutely.
And then there's also avionics. Do you know what avionics is?
Of course I do. I'm a pilot.
Okay. What do you think avionics is?
Aviation instruments that allow you to fly
Yeah.
in the air
Yep.
by only using instruments if you have to.
That's right. So when it's foggy, we need to rely on the equipment that's in the plane. We can't call AAA or pull over on the side of the road.
That's right.
Doesn't work. And last, but certainly not least, is airport management. So if you have a gift for managing people, we might also need you to manage the people in the airplanes coming and going and all the services that need to get coordinated to run a successful airport.
Okay. When you started the show, you were telling me off air that you had something to say about how to tie in aviation with real estate. And I'm like, yeah, well, like, how do you do that?
Well, the way to be ready to buy a home is to have some capital.
Okay.
And the way to have some capital is to work a great job.
Yes.
And why not work a great job that you love?
Yeah.
And so you, through Winnaero's summer camps with aviation career education, you can find out about some great careers that are so satisfying that you never have to take a vacation from them. So you can live right here in the Lakes region, have a great career with aviation, and that's how we tie it all together.
So you have a summer camp
Yes,
that has 2 sessions this summer.
that's right. First session starts July 8th, and it's a 5-day session. We have elementary age groups, we have middle school and high school groups. So
And if they want to contact you to enroll, how do they find out?
they can go straight to our website, winnaero.org, and click on the ACE Academy registration brochure. And I'm very pleased to say that there is a lot of financial aid available because we need these kids to have this education.
Well, I'm all for that. I'm a supporter. I want to thank Karen Mitchell, president of Winnaero, Laconia, New Hampshire, a future pilot, for coming to our studio and sharing that information with all of us. Join me and my team next Saturday morning at 8:30 for another episode of Let's Talk Real Estate. And if you or someone you know is looking to purchase a new home or sell, please contact me and my team at the Cisneros Realty Group, located at 66 Route 25, Meredith, New Hampshire. Direct 603-273-6160. Office 603-569-HOME. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or on our website at nhlakeshomes.com. If you missed today's show, the video and podcast are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. And remember, mi casa es su casa. And my name is Karina, like the song Karina Karina. Until next week, play my song.
Let's Talk Real Estate is presented by the Cisneros Realty Group and sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suozzo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Let's Talk Real Estate is a production of Modern Media, LLC, CRG TV, and MR Strategic Alliance, LLC, all rights reserved. Join us every Saturday morning at 8:30 and Let's Talk Real Estate with Karina Cisneros, Realtor, on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio Lakes Region.